Could the Sims 4 Growing Together expansion pack be the best Sims 4 pack ever? Is the Sims 4 finally catching up to the previous games? I will be having science babies with every single attractive sim in the Sims 4. Thank you very much. Hello and welcome back to another Sims news video. I'm here to give you all the news about the Growing Together live stream, just in case you missed it. Before we start, I would like to thank you all for 100 subscribers. I never thought I would get to this point. Thank you all for your support, all your comments. They really mean a lot to me, and I hope you can make a community out of this. The live stream featured the Sims Guru showing us some of the features that are going to be coming in with the Infinite Update and the Growing Together expansion pack, and get ready because there's a lot. Grab yourself a drink and let's head into it. The San Sequoia map has been released and it looks really cool. It comes with 3 neighborhoods. Anchor Point Wharf is a fishing and canning industry that contains a functioning movie theater and a little parklet. And don't worry, the functioning movie theater is a rabbit hole, which thank God for that, because imagine Sims going to a theater hall. It will be complete hell because they can't sit down. Gilbert Garden contains a large park and scenic walking routes. It has a cute lake and a little splash play area for all Sims of all ages to enjoy. And Hopewell Hills is a quiet suburban neighborhood away from the hustle and bustle of the town, next to a beautiful scenic pier. And by the looks of it, it comes with a park, a library, 2 empty starter houses, 3 occupied lots, and probably the new lot type. I'm excited to meet the new household, and I'm hoping there's a bit of lore that I can get into once the pack releases. The Sim Guru showed us a bunch of the new items that are going to be coming with the Infinite Update and the new pack. The new stuff are mainly themed around like infants and like nursery themed objects. We have a bunch of new rugs and other decorative items, and for the first time in a long time, I think like the last bassinet we had was in vampires. Actually, that's a lie. That's a very big lie, because we actually got a new bassinet with the werewolves pack, because that was a big lie. I'm guilty, your honor, but forget I ever said that. But we're going to be getting a new bassinet with the Growing Together expansion pack in blues, pinks, and a bunch of other gender neutral swatches. For our infants, we now have cribs, and some of these cribs are really unique. Some of them can be upgraded into toddler beds, so your furniture can age up with your sim. Also, we have travel cribs that can be dragged in live mode, so your infants can have a nice place to sleep even when you're not at home. We also have some new toys coming with audio and a very iconic stuffed llama.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend, and she is the moment. Now, come on now.
We will also be getting playpens, which is basically acts like a fence. It is basically a fence, but it comes with like baby proofing options on fence gates, and all the baby proofing options are going to be coming with doors and fence gates. There's a social pie menu upgrade coming. Interacting with other Sims was basically a chore, because like all the interactions were crammed in like these little categories: friendly, mean, and mischief. And if you wanted to get to a particular interaction, you have to like roll through everything, and it was really hard work. But not anymore, because all interactions will have their subcategories based on conversation topics and sim characteristics. And this reminds me, Sims now have conversation topic preferences, which is really exciting. More on that later. Now, friendly interactions have subcategories like passionate, complaints, deep thoughts, small talk, hobbies, interest, and stories. Main interactions are now categorized into malicious interactions and arguments. By the way, this feature comes with the Infinite Update and not the expansion pack. Child Sims have finally getting some new things. You know, it's a thing with me. Like, I hate playing with Child Sims. Child Sims are so boring. I literally have my child lifespan set to like 5 to 7, I think, because they're so boring. They literally have nothing to do. They have 4 aspirations, and I don't even bother like completing them. And don't even get me started on the fact they only have 4 skills. So I'm really happy we're getting a bit more features. It's not a lot, but we are getting 4 new aspirations for children. We are getting Slumber Party Animal, Playtime Captain, Mind and Body, and Creative Genius, and I'm really pumped to try these out. Infants are also going to be having like a food exploration system. Basically, they're going to be able to try new foods, and they can develop preferences to a certain food. It's really interesting the kind of features that are coming with the Infinite Update and the expansion pack. Is it just me, or is EA actually putting a lot of thought and effort into this new pack and updates? Before we get into the bigger updates, here are a few little features that we don't really have much information on, but have been leaked recently on Twitter by the Sim Gurus. There seems to be a new item called the keepsake boxes. Basically, you can save stuff and like pass them down generations. kind of like family heirlooms, which is really fun and interesting. And trust, I will be saving all my urns and tombstones. We'll also be able to have science baby, which is also kind of like surrogacy, and I really love that, which is also quite interesting because I will be having science babies with every single attractive sim in The Sims 4. Thank you very much. Our sims can also now have workplace rivals. Drama and chaos is about to ensue. The only thing I think about is eliminating the competition with the extreme violence mod. And there will also be the return of midlife crisis, which was a feature that was in the previous games, and it is going to be coming back in The Sims 4 with the new pack. And I am so excited for this. We don't really have much information for this, and I'm not sure how it's going to be implemented, but we'll just have to wait and see. Something else that was leaked that is also really quite interesting is self-discovery. So basically, SimGuru Ninja tweeted, "Wait a second, how did the sim have so many traits?" And there's a picture of a sim that has more than the traditional 3 traits. And usually your sim can get extra traits like true aspiration rewards, but this doesn't seem to be the case. They then replied, "Self-discovery equals more traits opportunities," and this really piqued my interest, so I went deeper into it. A similar reply to this tweet saying, "Most of this time it's because of the aspirations. When we complete them, we get a secret trait, or you can buy a few from the aspiration store like Mentor or Storm Chaser and many others, but some are more like abilities and not really traits." Which SimGuru Ninja replied, "In this case, self-discovery is adding or changing the traits that sims can have over time, but you still have the final call as the player." So basically, I think this means as sims go through their lives, they can change their traits or they can get more traits, and this is really cool and realistic. As humans in real life also change over time, this will make our sims a bit more distinct, a bit more individual, and I really hope this feature is really implemented really well. And yes, your sims will be able to woohoo in tree houses. I know you were wondering that. I see you, Barbara. I see you, Barbara. I know you were wondering if your sims could woohoo in the tree houses, and they can. No offense to Barbaras, love you all Barbaras, love Barbaras. Now onto the bigger updates. Infants aren't the only thing we are getting in this update, because newborns are also getting a visual refresh. Gone are the days where newborns are clay textured objects, and which I never realized only had brown eyes. Now our newborns have improved textures, animation tweaks, and new skin tone options. I never realized they only had 3 basic skin tones. And they will now also have their genetic eye color from birth. Adults can now perform interactions with their babies without dropping them every single time. Also, for simmers with seasons, your babies can now react to weather changes and weather conditions, which is also really cool. Children and toddlers will also have more interactions with newborns. Now our newborns feel less like decorations that scream a lot, and more like a part of the family that also scream a lot.
Girl, shut the fuck up. You thought you ate that? Bitch, you...
The stay over event, probably the most anticipated feature in this pack. In this event, a sim can stay over with your household for a short period of time, ranging from 1 day to 6 days. You can plan this event through the calendar or the phone through the normal planned social event interactions, but you can also get a random event where a sim who is interested in coming over gives you a call, and you can either choose to accept or decline the request. Sims coming over will bring over their own suitcases, which basically act like a dresser. There's not really much function to it, but it is a cute little detail. And don't worry, the pack comes with a couple of suitcases from build by mode for you to choose from. You'll also be able to ask them to help around the house, relax, and a bunch more. But why is the sim coming over? Is there trouble at home? This will make our sim stories a bunch more spicier, and I can't wait. As I said before about the categories of sim interactions having to do with their preferences, here's the tea. So there will be, in addition to the Sims 4 likes and dislike system, there will be 2 new categories: sim characteristics and conversation topics, which will help determine the social compatibility between 2 sims. There are 18 different characteristics that a sim can fall under. We have ambitionless, argumentative, cerebral, egotistical, emotional decision makers, family motivated, funny, hardworking, high energy, homebody, idealist, nature. That was so Australian. Nature? Was that Australian? I'm not sure. I'm gonna move on. Nature enthusiast, optimistic, pessimistic, pet enthusiast, romance enthusiast, rascals, and spirited. So basically the sim takes a sim's preferences in these categories to calculate some sort of compatibility number, and then cross-references it against and cross-references it against other Sims characteristics and determines if they are like socially compatible or not. I know I'm using like all these big words, but trust me, I do not know the math. I'm just here to pass on the information. The conversation topic category determines the kind of interactions a Sim likes or dislikes. Also, Sims will have particular interactions that they will either receive or refuse. There are 60 new likes and dislikes in this category. We have affection, arguments, complaints, compliments, deception, deep thoughts, discussing hobbies, discussing interest, gossip, jokes, malicious interactions, potty humor, pranks, silly behavior, small talks, and stories. Now this just makes the relationship between Sims a bit more interesting, a bit more unique, a bit more special, and it just makes them seem a bit more alive. And I just really love these features so much because if it's able to be implemented well, it will really bring a lot of life into our gameplay. Even the Sim characteristics thing, like everybody is not just gonna click immediately. Like in The Sims 4, like except they have like conflicting personality traits like good and evil, or I don't know, like that's the only thing. Like except a Sim has mean traits and like just autonomously like performs mean interactions against someone else, like every Sim practically clicks. Like you just have to like talk to them for a while, perform a bunch of interactions, and you're best friends. And that's not just really realistic. Like it's just how life is. Like there are just some people you're not gonna click with. There are just some people that you guys aren't going to like be friends, and it's okay. And that just makes everything a bit more realistic. And I really love that they're putting this into The Sims 4. This is probably my favorite feature of this entire pack. Just so you know, these new like and dislike categories are exclusive to the Growing Together pack and not the updates. Now, the information we have been getting for this pack is so much, and the pack really seems promising, the update too. It seems like the team is really putting a lot of work and effort into this pack, and I'm really loving it. I'm just saying, but if this pack like comes with all of these features, from all the features we've heard, this could possibly be my favorite pack ever. No offense to Eco Lifestyle, I love you Eco Lifestyle, but I'm just saying this pack is really, I'm really excited to play it, and I'm so pumped. Again, sorry to you Eco Lifestyle, love you forever, love you babe. That's all I have for you today. What do you think about these new features? Tell me in the comments. Also, are you excited for this new pack? Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and a subscribe. And while you're in the clicking mode, consider following my socials on screen or in the description. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Good damn bye.